Hello, Darren Chang again to introduce you and review for you a bag called the Billingham Hadley Pro. And this is actually a bag that is designed for as a camera bag more than a briefcase or a messenger bag. And it has that kind of fun old world look. And in fact, these things are made in England, not just designed in England, they're actually made in England. Pretty meticulously crafted things as well. So let's take a look. There's not a lot going on here. It's a pretty simple bag. So you can see right off that it looks like these buckles here would be a pain for you to undo. You'd have to sort of pull them through the buckle and pull that leather out and lift the bag up. But in fact, it has a quick release system here. Billingham does, and it's sort of their signature thing here. All Billingham bags have this quick release system. You'll notice here there's a brass post here, and there's a slot here associated with each one of these things. You'll see this in the photos associated with this review, the written part of this review. And so what you need to do is you basically lift up on this leather while pulling down simultaneously. Now it looks like it's a two-handed operation the way I've just done it, but you actually, when this bag is around you, it actually is a pretty seamless thing of just being able to pull it up and pull it off with one hand. So it's not unlike a Fastex buckle in terms of how quickly you'd be able to get access to the contents of your bag. Now I want you to also notice here that the flap that covers this whole thing, it actually does just that. It covers off to the side here. So it has these shoulders that go off, meaning that the entire main compartment of the bag is not going to get rained on. That's important because there are some messenger bag designs where there are gaps, and there are all sorts of kludgy ways in which the manufacturers have figured out how to make sure those gaps don't allow water in. But frankly, this is the best, simplest way to do it, which is to make sure that your cover goes over those edges. You'll also notice that it's got this nice handle right here, and the handle is not just attached here to these 2 points. You can see there are 2 brass tacks here. In fact, there's what I understand is a fiberglass bar that runs entirely across the width of this bag, so that when you lift up this whole bag, if I had it clasped, in fact, why don't I take a moment to do that. When you lift this up, you can see that the bag doesn't pinch inwards towards the middle, because the entire weight of the bag is spread across that middle bar there, that fiberglass bar. Okay, so what do we have inside here? You lift this up, and it actually, because of the gusseting here, it folds back really nicely and quite a bit out of the way here. And you'll see immediately that we have 2 big pockets here, and these are held down with snaps, relatively easy to pull off, a little bit harder to reattach because you need to get behind the back of the snap to click it on there. There's enough room to do that, but obviously it's not just a one-hand thing. Boom, done. You'd actually have to use 2 hands to get those to snap together. And these are really good-sized pockets. It's similar. So it has a very similar design layout to the Domke Herald here. And in fact, similar to the Domke Herald, you can actually expand the pocket a little bit by unsnapping part of the pocket here. I chose to keep it together because you can see here it creates sort of a quasi slot for my pen on this side and for my stylus here on the other side here. But in here I have my keys and my pocket. There's no organization within this pocket, so it's a big gaping bucket of a pocket. Not ideal in my mind. I'd like to have some level of organization, maybe just a single open panel pocket on the back so I could slide my wallet into there and have my keys kicking around in front of it. But they chose to keep things simple. And then in this pocket I have my phone, pack of gum, my Burt's Bees. Okay, and that's it that we have going on there. I really wouldn't want to put in much more than that because then it's just going to become a jumbled mess and then it's not really organized. It's a disorganized pocket. Now, nothing here on the side. Obviously, it would be great if there was room here for a water bottle. Nothing there. Nothing on this side either. They do have aftermarket. You can buy these pouches that can attach, and in fact, the pouches are big enough that they could certainly accommodate a water bottle or a lens or whatever you want to put in there. The only problem is that they're not cheap. I mean, they're about $85 each for MSRP. So that's going to add substantially to the cost of a bag, which is already almost $300. So not really ideal in terms of the options that you have unless you really want to pay through the nose for those options. So this brings us to the interior section, the main compartment. And you'll see here in the main compartment, there is a cover here because that cover is part of the camera insert. And so if you flop that cover up out of the way, then you can see I've divided this thing up already. And inside of one of the slots that I've created, you can customize how you divide this up. But I have my headphones in here. Below that, in a little trap door like thing, I have my battery backup and my hard drive. And over on this side I have my glasses. So unfortunately my glasses have to be kept inside the main compartment because I don't really trust that with cables or with keys or anything else I could put my glasses in here with anything and not have them get scratched. So had to put them into this padded area here. Again, it would be great if I had one of those side pockets. If I was willing to invest 85 bucks in a side pocket, I could put my sunglasses into there. And then I have my camera and my batteries and cables associated with my camera. There's a snap here, a button snap, and that's the only place where it's attached to the inside of the bag. This is very much unlike the Donkey Herald, which had the circumference, the entire inside of the main compartment had Velcro, and it was near impossible to pull the bag out because the Velcro kept grabbing on as you tried to pull out the section. This one, you have no such issue. It slides out really nice and easily. Good size main compartment here. Notice too that the bag actually maintains its shape and it doesn't tip over, so that's kind of a nice thing. It's stiff enough that it stays up on its own. See that this thing is bigger than you probably realize. You can fit a bottle of wine all the way across this with a couple of glasses. Certainly you could fit file folders. One of the problems I had with fitting a file folder in with this, and I don't think it makes a difference whether this is inserted or not, it has to do with the dimensions of the bag, but the file folders tab actually extends slightly above the rim of this main compartment. Now, that is a problem, but some people may not think it's that big a deal because this top here actually doesn't fold flat on top of the leather rim here. It actually has some height to it itself, maybe about 2 or 3 inches above there. No, not maybe 2 inches. So in fact, it probably wouldn't damage the file folders, but it would be nice if it was just a little bit deeper and I could fit my file folders in here without any fear that they're going to get bent or tattered. Okay, so let me insert this back in. Here's the shoulder strap, obviously, and it's a decent shoulder. It's made out of cotton. It feels like a cotton canvas here. So it's going to be somewhat durable, but not as durable, I would imagine, as a heavyweight nylon. But very comfortable, breathable, and smooth. It doesn't have a shoulder pad. You can, again, get a shoulder pad. In the same way, though, that you pay through the nose for the side pockets that are 85 bucks, the shoulder pad, which is really a pretty simple chunk of leather, is 46 bucks. So very quickly, this can add up to be a bag that's ridiculously expensive if you want to outfit it the way that most bags are already come outfitted. And then you'll see back here, I have a rain flap, and behind that rain flap is a zipper. You know how I can't stand rain flaps because they totally impede your ability to use zippers? Well, it's not different here. I can unzip it to here and then it starts to become an issue because I can't open it as much as I would like to because of the stinking rain flap. Nothing you can do about that except get rid of a rain flap. And then this is where I keep my iPad mini. If you wanted to, you could always insert your iPad mini into the space just behind the camera insert, and it's a lot more padded and protected in here. It's still not padded on the bottom though, so it really wouldn't make too much of a difference whether you put this into the main compartment or if you put it into the back zippered pocket area. I don't think I would have had a zippered area here. I would have kept this as just an open file folder pocket, and then it would be able to pretty easily accommodate file folders that I could slide right in there, or I could put in a boarding pass and pull it out really easily, magazine, whatever it is. So having that open here rather than having a zipper over it, I think would make it a lot more accessible. And then you would take that zippered compartment, and I would think that it would be better to put that zippered compartment maybe behind these pockets. And then I could actually keep this into the zippered pocket in the front of my bag rather than the back. Now it does look as if I were to unsnap this, my mini is actually mini enough that it could actually fit right in there. I didn't even realize that. So that's actually kind of cool that you can fit a Kindle or an iPad mini into these big pockets up front because they're such monsters. Okay, so there you have it. Again, this is the Billingham Hadley Pro. It's certainly a beautiful looking bag, and though it doesn't perfectly meet my needs, it's going to be really hard to return this thing because it's so pretty, and we'll see. It still, I think, has enough about it that doesn't quite measure up that I think it has to go back. Anyway, good luck finding your perfect bag, and take a look at my other videos. I hope they'll help you to figure out the kind of bag that you're looking for. See ya.